Please welcome Praveen Sinha from Jabong. Welcome, Mr. Sinha.
So, yeah, thank you so much for traveling all the way to Sweden. I know it's a very long flight. I think you and the other guy hold the record this year. So, I understand you're a very hardworking man. What's a normal day like for you?
I think I started my professional experience with McKinsey. So working hard was part of my job. And when I started my venture, Jabong.com, I think the number of hours, in fact, extended. So it's almost 16 hours a day. And but the good part is I actually enjoy, and hence I'm able to pull out time for what I love doing. And thankfully, we were able to build our team accordingly, who were passionate about this. So initially it was very long hours when we just started, but today if I see, it's almost 3 years now, but has stabilized a lot for us. We get our weekends now.
Mr. Sinha, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So good morning everyone, and let me introduce myself. I am Praveen. And I started an e-commerce company in India called Jabong.com. To give you some reference point, it's similar to Zappos in US, ASOS in Europe, and Zalando in Germany, now trying to reach other countries as well. So we focus selling fashion-related products online. And we started somewhere in 2011, where it was less than 100 orders a day, to today where we cross more than 70,000 orders a day. So it is a huge run for us. We were less than 20-member team when we started. Now we are more than 1,200 people as a core team. And full-time employees will have at, around 5,000 people, where most of them would be in supply chain. So I'll quickly walk you through the story, and we really enjoyed doing it. It was like a dream run, building from one room office to now 5 buildings, and then the warehouse from less than 10,000 square feet to more than, I would say, 2.5 lakh square feet. So amazing journey for us in India. To give you some context, I think in terms of online population, we have more than 300 million people online, of a total population of 1.3 billion. And that's why we are able to achieve this kind of numbers and growth. Having said that, it's not an easy space to play, because when we started, there were already many players, many local players like Flipkart, Snapdeal, Myntra, Yupme, and global players like eBay and Amazon. Amazon entered a bit late, but have been very aggressive in terms of looking at the opportunity. I would say that in last 1 year, we have seen an inflection point where the growth has been tremendous. And the next slide will somehow give you a sense. In 2012, the overall size of that e-commerce market, excluding ticketing, was around 2 billion. By 2017, it is assumed, or as per conservative estimate, it is going to be 16 billion. So an 8x growth. And the category in which we are operating, that will grow by 15 times, which is almost 6 billion. Now, what is causing this growth? So definitely e-commerce overall globally has seen a huge traction, from books, electronics, fashion, then now it's coming to grocery. And other than the convenience and the value for money, so either it's at cheaper price or it's delivered at the doorstep without any additional cost, gives a lot of value on the service. But other than that, India also has a unique, I would say, challenge, but an opportunity for us is the reach. So 60% of the country would not have organized retail, so they won't have bigger brands or malls where they can go and buy products. So online gives that access to many of the people. And hence, in India, e-commerce is more of a supply chain, other than the internet technology and evolution that we see. This is just to showcase the kind of growth. So on an average, this is an annual average orders per day. So 2012 we were 5,000 plus. Today we are 35,000 plus. And if I see the last month trend, we are crossing 60,000. We have a peak of 100,000 orders a day. And similar is the fan following in terms of our Facebook fan has crossed 3 million. And this is one of the largest fan following in e-commerce in India. In fact, the top 10 keywords searched in India in 2013, Jabong was the only e-commerce keyword that was in the top 10 of Google keyword searches. Now, how did we achieve this? I would say, one, we clearly saw the opportunity in terms of brands not being available to many parts of the country. But also we had a supply chain problems. So logistics or delivery was not prompt, was not reliable. So the service level was less than 70%. So, and there was no player who could stand for fashion in terms of curation, in terms of articulation, etc. So we could clearly see that space, and that's where we entered. So I would consider 3 pillars which we have created now and which has created this pull and differentiation. One is the assortment of fashion products. So well-known brands. We actually brought many European and US brands to India through online, and now a few of them exclusive with us, including River Island, Dorothy Perkins, etc. In fact, even Mango there has not reached more than 4 cities. So we were the first one to bring them online, and their sale significantly increased within a month of bringing them online. So one is assortment. The second is delivery. So in delivery, we had DHL partnered with Blue Dart, but in terms of e-commerce service level, there were many opportunities that we could see, and we created our own network partner called Go Javas. So the beauty was that if within the Delhi NCR city, if you order before noon, the order gets delivered the same day. So it was very new to the whole country, and it created a lot of buzz and acceptance from the consumer. One unique thing about the country is that majority of the transaction happens cash on delivery. So people don't pay, they pay at the time of receiving the product, and which is roughly 65 to 70% of the total orders. So if you start an e-commerce company without cash on delivery, you are actually limiting your sale to 40% of the business opportunity. So in service, we introduced fast delivery. We introduced open box delivery. We also have, you can actually track the biker, the delivery guy on Google Map once he has left the warehouse or hub to deliver the product. So multiple innovations from delivery point of view. And the third was we also started getting associated with Bollywood, star celebrities, cricket sports, which is big in India and a lot of fan following when it comes to fashion. We started with our own magazine called Juice and blogs, and again a good fan following there. A lot of Bollywood celebrities have started endorsing our magazine. So those are the 3 pillars which have created that, I would say, pull and the differentiation, and hence we were able to achieve this success. Broadly, I would say more than 1 million hits we get on our website on a daily basis. So this is the pull, and whenever we come out with a new brand which is highly acceptable or come out with a campaign, we generally cross 100,000 orders a day. So the impact in terms of potential is huge, and it's just the beginning, because less than 30% of Indian population is online, and similar is the number for 25 to 30% would be accessing online to purchase a product. So they are mainly towards content. So if we just break these 2 barriers, the multiple would be almost 16 times of what we are doing today. And one enabler is the mobile smartphones. So that has created a lot of pull for us. we were having less than 5% of our orders coming through smartphones almost a year back, 15 months back. Today it's more than 40%. So these are the slides which I mentioned in terms of 3 pillars. So I'll just quickly walk you through the presentation, that all the popular brands, not only present in India, but we also tried to bring whatever was famous internationally. Indian consumers going to Singapore, Dubai to shop for certain brands which are not available, we tried to bring them online to India, and we saw a huge success. Again, the first one is India Online Fashion Week. We also started creating our own property. We are also sponsoring the topmost fashion show there called Lakme Fashion Week. But we started with a talent hunt in terms of online fashion week, where people associated with fashion, be it photographers, models, designers, they can showcase the talent. They will be groomed by celebrities in their area. And and there is a voting from the consumer. If they are voted and the judgment goes in favor of them, actually we help them produce. We have our backend integration. We help them produce and sell on Jabong. So we are trying to create an ecology around it in terms of not only talent, but also in terms of making it available and accessible to the consumer. Second is the magazine that we came out, Juice. And the rest, for example, Rohit Bal is a well-known fashion designer in India. He operates at a price point which is not, I would say, affordable by many. So we went to him and we created a line which was much more affordable but for Jabong, and hence we increased the scale of that fashion designer. So win-win for both of us. And we did similar initiative with many such celebrities, not only in terms of fashion designers, but we also went to Bollywood celebrities. So the movie actors and actress, they came out with their line. So someone who had a design sense, we created a team around them, and then we were able to deliver. One of the strongest area for Jabong is consumer experience, and towards the end I'll show you the NPS data as well. So to give you certain numbers, our inventory accuracy in the warehouse, so this is part of the supply chain, we own almost 65% of the inventory, rest is managed marketplace. So we have an accuracy of 99.5%, and the market, at least in India, operates at around 89%. So a huge difference in terms of the capabilities that the team has done. Now I'll quickly run through multiple innovations that we have done. I discussed the network partner called GoJavas. So GoJavas, where the delivery experience was not only in terms of promptness, but many innovation at doorstep that we were able to do. So for example, fashion products has an angle of touch, feel and fit. And at the time when we entered, the consumers were not allowed to open the product check before they accept it. So they would have to accept the product first, and then go through a return process when someone else will come sometimes later to pick it up. And that used to create a delay of 5 to 7 days. So we started with open box delivery, where the delivery guy would let the consumer open the product, check, and then return if he or she does not like it. Again, created a wow and stickiness with us. So if I change my courier partner for that consumer, we get a complaint that why don't you send through the GoJavas, or else I will not repeat purchase from you. So that's the kind of stickiness and wow that has been created. So just a comparison, 95% delivery within 24 hours in metro cities, while other delivery network partners would operate at less than 50%. Similar, so there are many points. COD is cash on delivery. So from a business perspective, it used to take 15 days from third-party courier companies to get the cash back, and 65% of the transaction would happen cash on delivery. With this partner, we are able to get the cash back within 48 hours. Multiple initiatives were done, but to highlight few, reverse logistics, again, there is a 70% pickup in 48 hours. Many a times, because of open box, you get that satisfaction immediately. And net promoter score, which is a I would say metric to measure. The question is very simple: will you recommend Jabong to your friend and family? And you have to rate between 0 to 10. And the rating gives you, if you are given 8, 9, and 10, so whatever percentage was given 8, 9, and 10, it gets subtracted from 0 to 4. So whoever gave 0 to 4, you subtract it, and that's how you get NPS. So a very high level sense of how strong you are in terms of brand recall and recommendation. Again, these are consumer level innovation: next day delivery, open delivery. We also introduced credit card at the doorstep, swipe on delivery. We allowed partial return and also instant cash refund. So all this were innovation, and our strong belief is that whatever you do, if it was good, it will get copied by competition in some time or the other. So the gap can be 3 months, 6 months, 18 months, but it will start becoming the trend. And which happened. For example, cash reconciliation is now the market practice. What we started, we do it in 48 days, but the market has moved from 15 days to 3 days. So a lot of innovation we keep doing so that we are always ahead, and that perception and the image of Jabong being the leader in terms of not only brand and fashion assortment, but also customer experience remains intact. So if you see on the right, that's the way you can actually put in your order ID and visualize where the biker is. So it gives a lot of transparency in terms of what we commit and what is happening in reality. So you can see your biker moving nearby your area and how far is he from a delivery point. We also started some rural innovation where we partnered with NGOs so that we provide accessibility to rural areas as well. So we are creating awareness of using smartphones to purchase, and also using the same NGO to deliver, because delivery is not robust or not ready for such kind of services currently. So this is social media for us. We are fastest in terms of responding, and that also quality response. One of the small story I'll share is, there was a tweet in terms of the delivery bag. So they had an observation that can something be done, and it was not for Jabong, but it was for the overall e-commerce market. And what we did was, taking that feedback, we got a group together, including doctors, physiotherapists, designers, etc., who came and redesigned the whole bag. And this is going to be applicable to the overall e-commerce and logistics partner. So multiple initiatives. We don't just keep listening to Jabong, but we keep listening to consumers, and wherever we see opportunity, we try to build. So this is net promoter score, and this is the quarterly growth that we are able to consistently improve. The second chart also shows us in terms of vis-a-vis competition, that we ask the same question, that will you recommend Jabong or let's say XYZ company, and that's the reference point. So the nearest competition is competitor 1, but the gap is always more than 3 to 7%, while the maximum gap comes to more than 30% in some cases. So how we do it, again, we try to, instead of business to consumer, we call it human to human. How do I ensure that when I respond, it feels personal to most of the people we are responding, and also promptness in response. So again, I'm just quickly running through. You can go to our tweet and you can check the site. These are all consumers speaking. So I just wanted to highlight, rather than taking my monologue, it's how consumers have started responding. And again, when we started, I just want to share a small incident. The toughest part for me when we started was to get the team together. We had nothing other than the dream. We had a small room. We did not even have a name called Jabong, and we wanted people with strong educational and professional background to join us. And it was a risk. It was a risk for us. It was a risk for them. However, we were able to convince our dream, and they also dreamt with us, and that's why how we got together and we were able to achieve what we have done today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, unfortunately, we don't have time to ask questions on Twitter, or we wanted to ask you some questions too, but we don't have time for that. So thank you so much. Everybody, please give Mr. Praveen Sinha a warm round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a safe flight.